Ha llegado la temporada de elecciones y la ciudad de Miami Beach ha creado este programa de elecciones autorizado por la Comisión de la Ciudad para informar a nuestros ciudadanos sobre las próximas elecciones generales. Durante este programa tendrá la oportunidad de aprender sobre los candidatos. Se envió por correo una guía electoral a todos los hogares de Miami Beach. Esta guía electoral también está en línea y se puede encontrar visitando la página web de la ciudad www.votemiamibeach.com. Si por alguna razón no recibió una copia y desea una, comuníquese con la oficina del secretario municipal al 305-673-7411 o visite la página web del secretario municipal www.votemiamibeach.com. La comisión municipal está formada por 6 comisionados elegidos y un alcalde elegido. Los comisionados son elegidos por un periodo de 4 años, con un límite de 2 mandatos. Los mandatos se escalonan de modo que la mitad de la comisión se elige cada 2 años. El alcalde es elegido cada 2 años, con un límite de 3 mandatos. El martes 7 de noviembre del 2023, la ciudad de Miami Beach llevará a cabo unas elecciones generales para elegir un alcalde y 3 comisionados. El puesto de la comisión del Grupo 4, actualmente ocupado por Stephen Miner, el puesto de la comisión del Grupo 5, actualmente ocupado por Ricky Ariola, y el puesto de la comisión del Grupo 6, actualmente ocupado por David Richardson. 4 candidatos han cualificado para postularse para alcalde. 2 candidatos han cualificado para postularse para comisionado en el Grupo 4, 2 candidatos han cualificado para postularse para comisionado en el Grupo 5 y 2 candidatos han cualificado para postularse para comisionado en el Grupo 6. Los candidatos hablarán en el programa de hoy en el orden en que sus nombres aparecerán en la boleta electoral. Cada candidato tendrá hasta 5 minutos para hablar. La ciudad de Miami Beach no ha editado ninguno de los discursos. Los 4 candidatos para la alcaldía de la ciudad de Miami Beach son Michael Gongora, Mike Rico, Stephen Miner y Bill Brody. Le presentamos el primer candidato, Michael Gongora.
Hi, I'm Michael Gongora, and it's an honor to address you regarding my vision for the future of our beautiful paradise, Miami Beach. As the candidate for mayor with the most extensive experience, I'm acutely aware of the significant challenges our beloved city faces, as well as the immense potential that awaits us. With 3 dedicated terms of service on the City Commission, I stand before you as a leader committed to a brighter future for the residents of Miami Beach, a world-class city deserving of the very best. And Miami Beach isn't just my place of residence, it's part of who I am. You're my friends and my extended family. I've known many of you for decades, volunteering side by side for our community, including while I proudly chaired organizations such as the Environmental Coalition of Miami Beach, the Miami Beach Latin Chamber of Commerce, and the Miami Beach Bar Association. My extensive background is available for review on my website, michaelgongora.com. My commitment to public service is unwavering, motivated by a sincere passion for our city. I firmly believe in a Miami Beach where our government serves the needs of our residents, consistently placing your interest above all else. I'm honored to have received endorsements from the 3 remaining city commissioners, Kristen Rosen-Gonzalez, Alex Fernandez, and Laura Dominguez. Together, we share a vision that prioritizes opposing out-of-scale development and the enhancement of our quality of life. After knocking on thousands of doors all summer, let's address key issues that'll take top priority under a Gongora administration. Public safety is my #1 priority. Miami Beach must be at the forefront of safety, where every resident feels secure at any hour. I'm wholly committed to enhancing public safety by introducing more visible policing and ensuring that our police leadership adheres to strict standards to eliminate open-air drug dealing and other crimes. It's a testament to my dedication that I'm the only candidate for mayor endorsed by the Fraternal Order of Police, our city's own police officers. Our approach to homelessness must be compassionate yet effective. Addressing our worsening traffic congestion demands restricting overdevelopment. I'm wholeheartedly devoted to collaborating with other branches of government to devise strategies that alleviate the strain on our roads, ensuring a smoother commute for all. Our city should exemplify cleanliness. To this end, I intend to augment our sanitation efforts and invest in pressure cleaning, revitalizing Miami Beach as a pristine, attractive haven for residents and visitors alike. I envision a city where families and seniors can still find affordable housing, and our children receive a quality and competitive education. And we'll move forward with the Stormwater Master Plan, which I championed as commissioner to mitigate flooding. I am the leader who can accomplish these goals. Throughout my career, I've governed ethically, and I've never engaged in shady political fundraising practices, unlike one of my opponents. And I've never had to resign from elected office under a cloud of disgrace. Now let's address and dispel these baseless accusations you've been texted about. First, I immediately opposed the Clevelander Hotel overdevelopment proposal right from the very outset. Also, I proudly represent the LGBTQ+ community for many years, having sponsored a charter amendment to protect everybody from discrimination in Miami Beach. And while some opponents may seek to imitate this authenticity, I wholeheartedly embrace my identity with pride. I present myself as the most experienced and highly qualified candidate for mayor, one who can lead our world-class city with dignity and unite our city in a manner worthy of you, the voters who place their trust in us. When you cast your vote, remember Michael Gongora, your best choice for mayor of Miami Beach, listed as number 240 on your ballot. Together, we'll embark on a journey for an even cleaner, safer, and better Miami Beach. I'm Michael Gongora, and I want to be your mayor.
Le presentamos el próximo candidato, Mike Grieco.
I'm Mike Grieco, and the next 45 days will be critical in shaping the future of Miami Beach. A lot will be said by my opponents, and secretive PACs will try their best to spread lies and false attacks about me. Now, serving our community as mayor is not about ribbon cuttings or grand openings. It's about a vision that can bring us together and get things done. Now, I'm ready to get to work on the issues that matter to all of us: keeping our community safe, giving residents a voice in City Hall, promoting resiliency, and more. As a longtime city resident and father of a teenage son who attends Beach High, I can tell you that fighting for a strong education system is personal. And it's why I stood strong for our parents in Tallahassee when you twice elected me to serve as your state representative. I also fought hard to protect our local control and give our residents the only voice that matters in making critical decisions. Sadly, those rights we fought so hard to protect have been dismantled, and the only way to preserve residents' rights is by electing a proven champion as your next mayor. I am running for mayor with the strong support of residents who want to bring in an outsider to get things done, matched with a record of success. Now, we've heard enough about our traffic problems and the need to take on overdevelopment. As your mayor, I will appoint the first ever chief traffic officer to solely focus on getting it right and bringing forward proactive solutions, because we've had enough talk. It's time for action. And when it comes to our mitigating our out-of-control spring break madness and bringing public safety to the forefront of the conversation, I am proud to say that I am the only candidate who has actually delivered on crime prevention. After years of bad headlines from botched Memorial Day weekends, I put forward and laid out a comprehensive plan to reshape this weekend. Our Air and Sea show that so many families throughout Miami Beach and across South Florida now enjoy as part of Miami Beach's Memorial Day weekend activities is because I took on a challenge with a clear solution. Now, as your commissioner, I also tackled crime and vagrancy in our parks by authoring and delivering our popular Park Ranger program. And now police sirens in our green spaces have been replaced with children's birthday parties and laughter. These are just a few examples of how I am ready to lead as your next mayor. Now, Miami Beach is my home and where we are raising our son. Family is everything to me, and I can promise you that I will always guide every decision on what is best for families in our community. I'd be honored to serve as your mayor and to earn your vote in this important election. Thank you.
Le presentamos el próximo candidato, Stephen Miner.
Hi, I'm Commissioner Stephen Miner. You elected me as your commissioner in 2019, and now I'm running for mayor. And I want to tell you why. First, we get to use a teleprompter when we film these, and I'm not using one. I want to have a heart-to-heart talk with you. I want to tell you about the initiatives that I have done, and that's going to give you a good framework of what I'm going to do as your next mayor. My wife Shannon and I live here in Miami Beach with our 2 school-age children in Mid-Beach, and I have been referred to by many residents as the Law and Order Commissioner, and I want to be your Law and Order Mayor. But there's a lot more we need to do as well. I want to discuss with you how we counter overdevelopment, how we deal with our traffic issues, how we deal with resiliency, and how we make our government more transparent. And I want to tell you a little bit about what I've done as commissioner in the last 4 years and what I'm going to continue to do as your mayor. First, law and order. My mission is to make Miami Beach the safest city in America. It can be done. How do we get there? First, proactive, visible police presence. And I've been at the forefront making sure that happens, and there's a lot more we can do. I was at the forefront of talking about police visibility even during the height of the defund police movement that had swept much of our nation a couple of years ago. We also have a municipal prosecutor here in Miami Beach, the only city in Miami-Dade that has one. But when I dug around and found out what our data is, it showed that only 8% of our arrests were successfully prosecuted. That sprung me into action, and I proposed a series of initiatives, actually 15 pieces of legislation that our commission has approved. And we are now at near 90% success on prosecutions, from 8% to 90%. I helped transform our municipal prosecution team. When the judiciary of Miami-Dade County was proposing a bail reform where individuals arrested for misdemeanors would be immediately released without having to appear before a judge or without posting bail, I was the first to publicly expose it and then work to defeat it. I'm currently working on other initiatives for secured perimeters on Ocean Drive during spring break. But there's so much more. Open air drug dealing. One of the things I found is besides that we need to make additional arrests, we need additional prosecutions, but the Dade County Drug Lab was not testing many of our arrests. And without testing the drugs, you cannot prosecute. And I am proposing now that we bring to Miami Beach our own drug testing lab. There's so much more to discuss, but I want to discuss some other issues as well. Overdevelopment. How do we counter overdevelopment? You, our residents, are telling us loud and clear that we need to put a cap. We need to put a limit on how much our barrier island can take. For example, our residents voted down in voter referendums the Marina Project, the Deauville, the Lincoln Road projects. You're telling us loud and clear what your thoughts are, and I'm listening very, very carefully. But the Florida legislature recently took out of your hands the ability to vote and have a voter referendum on private development projects when they're looking to increase the density or the height. And that led me to propose an initiative that currently is before our commission, that instead of a commission approval of height or density increases of 5/7 vote, I am proposing that it be 6/7 vote. We need to make it harder to get through height and density increases in our city. I want to discuss another development issue, the Bay-Link Metro Mover. Most people don't think about development and height and density when they're talking about a Metro Mover. And actually, nobody was talking about it until my research uncovered that if the county builds a Metro Mover Bay-Link into South Beach, the rules are that the county's zoning preempts Miami Beach zoning, and the county zoning is way more expansive than our zoning. It could have the ability to significantly increase the height and density of buildings in our city. And I proposed a resolution passed by our city commission that the county needs to exempt us from their zoning rules if they want our buy-in for the Bay-Link Metro Mover. Traffic. Traffic is a very difficult issue, but it hasn't stopped me from proposing a number of initiatives. For example, we need to keep the intersections clear. We need to keep the box clear. And I have put into the budget a proposal that we hire 10 traffic enforcement officers. They will not be called away on calls. Their job is to deal with traffic. Resiliency, water and sewer piping. We must address those issues right away, and we need to set the funding and capital projects to do that immediately. Transparency, I have introduced legislation to make our government more transparent, and I will continue to do so. Vote Stephen Miner for Miami Beach Mayor.
Le presentamos el próximo candidato, Bill Rohde.
Hi, I'm Bill Rohde, and I'm running for mayor of Miami Beach. The first thing I want to say is something I hold true. The biggest risk we face in Miami Beach is sticking with the same old politics and politicians and then expect a different result. We have too much crime, too much overdevelopment, too much traffic, too little done to prepare us for sea rise, and way too much pay-to-play politics. If we elect the same kind of people, things won't change. I am about change. I believe my life's work has prepared me perfectly to lead this city forward with action and integrity. Also, innovation and operational excellence. My vision for our city is clear. Miami Beach must become a safe, inclusive, and vibrant city, led by a transparent and visionary government. While our city is a paradise, it has real issues that demand bold action and political will. First, public safety. Public safety is a top priority, not only in South Beach, but also across the city. Spring break as we know it must end. Our city's image has suffered and is now seen as a place of chaos and crime during these high-impact weekends. These weekends have seized the narrative about who we are. We need to take charge of our streets and deter crime with more and better trained police, surveillance cameras and hotspots, and we need to get that real-time crime center up and running. Next, overdevelopment. We must stop this pay-to-play behavior that has become the norm here, and instead focus on responsible development that preserves our city's character. We simply can't allow unchecked development and personal relationships to erode the integrity of our city. And that's why I refuse to accept any campaign money from a developer, lobbyist, or vendor, and never will. If they want to build in our city, they need to provide affordable housing and meaningful benefits for our communities. And finally, resiliency. Rising seas is a pressing issue. I will reignite the storm pump program and the seawalls and put more trucks on the road for flood maintenance. My plan will incorporate best practices from all around the world and account for each neighborhood's unique needs. We must push forward with sea level rise mitigation for future generations. It's coming, so this is an imperative. Yes, there's a lot to tackle, but a lot can be done. It is possible. I was raised in this town by a single working mom. I learned the value of hard work. I'm the proud product of Miami's public school system, and I know the power of education to transform my life. After graduating from West Point, I served 11 years in the military where I learned respect and perseverance. I then graduated from Harvard Business School and as CEO of MTV International, built the world's largest media company and headquartered MTV Latin America right here on Lincoln Road, creating hundreds of jobs. I was also appointed as a United Nations ambassador for HIV/AIDS. Now, as mayor, I'll combine my executive experience with new ideas and a commitment to transparency, answering to no one but you. And I will hire the best and the brightest and hold them and myself accountable for results. I've managed a $2 billion budget with thousands of employees around the world and know how to lead the city's almost $1 billion budget we have today. And unlike my opponents, I'll be a full-time mayor 24/7 and not have another job demanding my time. Simply, I'm not a politician. I'm a leader. I'm excited and eager to lead this city I love. I will bring my fresh perspective, my unique skill set, and my passion to Miami Beach as mayor. I will lead with action, with integrity. I am the candidate of change. We will get our swagger back as a global city and brand. Thank you. I'm Bill Rohde.
Los dos candidatos para comisionado Grupo 4 son Andrés Ación y Tanya Katzoff-Bott. Le presentamos el primer candidato, Andrés Ación.
Hello, I am Andrés Ación, and I'm proud to be running for your City of Miami Beach Commissioner in Group 4. I've lived in Miami Beach my entire life. It's where my parents raised our family after fleeing from communist Cuba. My mother arrived at 19 years old and has been living in Miami Beach over 60 years. During my 4 years in college, I had the opportunity to work for 2 former mayors. This experience gave me the first-hand insight into the importance of responsible leadership at the local level. As your next city commissioner, I want to bring the same passion and commitment to ethical leadership I saw in leaders like Mayor Stephen Clark, who led Miami-Dade County. I'm running to serve as your city commissioner for one simple reason: to get things done by residents and for residents. We will also elevate the level of customer service in our city to where it should be, across every department. Like you, I've been frustrated to see how some want to define our city by headlines. There is so much more to Miami Beach, but we must refocus our efforts by taking on our challenges with real solutions. Our neighbors must feel safe in our community and get back a renewed, get-it-done approach to City Hall. On the City Commission, I'll keep us safe and cut the nonsense we see during events like spring break. I will tackle traffic congestion and take our city from city timers on lights to AI technology, which is the future, as well as looking into partnering with companies like Google, who is using Waymo, autonomous vehicles, to fill gaps where city lacks bus routes for the community. I'll make sure we take on climate change and irresponsible development to protect what makes Miami Beach wonderful, and fight Tallahassee to keep local control and help stop overdevelopment. Regarding city board experience, I served on the Miami Beach Convention Center Advisory Board during the construction of the Convention Center, and I'm now in my second term on the Board of Adjustments. This experience has given me valuable insight to city planning, development, and community engagement. As an entrepreneur, I intend to bring residents, businesses, and civic leaders together so we can achieve progress for our city. Because no problem will be solved alone, we need to work together. It's how we are delivering for the students at Miami Beach Senior High a new culinary program that will start early next year. I proudly brought together our school board member, the school district, FIU School of Hospitality, business leaders, and our city, so our local high school could open the doors to the first state-of-the-art culinary facility in our city and county. Not to mention also creating the first free food pantry to deal with food insecurities in our community at the school, opening in the next couple of weeks. Throughout my life, I've taken action and delivered results. You could count on me to cut through the noise, corruption, and pettiness of City Hall to deliver for you timely results and accountability. I know that together we can ensure Miami Beach remains a wonderful place for our seniors, our children, our guests, and all of our residents. From North Beach to Mid Beach and South Beach, each of our neighborhoods have a unique charm and equal challenges, and as your commissioner, I'll be ready to tackle and take these on, so our residents can continue to love where we live. I am Andrés Ación. I would be honored and humbled to earn your support and vote this November to serve as your City of Miami Beach Commissioner.
Le presentamos la próxima candidata, Tanya Katzoff-Bott.
My name is Tanya Katzoff-Bott. What would you do with all of your free time if you didn't have to spend it thinking about what the city was doing in your neighborhood? Imagine it. No one runs for office because they think everything's going just fine. The more involved I got as a resident activist, the more frustrated I got by what I saw. Like you, I deeply love this fantastic city, and I know we deserve better, and that I can do better to help build a better Miami Beach for all of us. I've heard your concerns as I knock on doors, and I have real solutions to offer. But first, let me tell you about how I'm going to represent you. I believe there are 3 fundamentals of good governance. Number 1, communication with the community. You may have experienced waking up one day to learn that your street is being torn up, or that your route to work is impassable without any advance notice. One of my proudest accomplishments serving on Miami Beach United is the Residents' Right to Know ordinance adopted into law in 2017, which mandates that residents are notified of any projects which may affect them. While the requirements and tools continue to be improved, the city still needs to be responsive to your suggestions and concerns, which is why communication is key. Number 2, collegial collaboration. If you've watched a commission meeting, you may have been shocked at the unprofessional behavior and lack of respect for others' opinions. It can be different. Let me give you some examples. As president of Miami Beach United for 5 years, I led the all-volunteer board through the very same agenda that the commission reviews. We discussed items that we thought mattered, and while we had widely divergent views in many cases, I never had to adjourn a meeting or call a timeout to calm our members down. We were able to come to consensus in a professional and collegial manner every single time. Here's another example. I'm the vice chair of the planning board in the historic preservation seat, and while it may seem like that would be a difficult position, over the 3 years that I've been on that board, I've led robust and measured conversations about how to make projects better. No timeouts necessary. And number 3, we need to elect people of unquestionable integrity, who are eager to do the work, who aren't afraid to ask the hard questions, and who are willing to consider ideas from other cities across the world, not simply across the causeway. It's been said of me that I'm not wanted on the commission because I can't be controlled and I can't be bought. That is 100% true, and I cannot think of a higher compliment. As I've spoken to thousands of residents across our city, I've been struck by how similar our concerns are. Public safety and overdevelopment's impacts on traffic, infrastructure, flooding, the environment, and more. These issues are critical, and I have solutions for each one. But let me address the elephant in the room: overdevelopment. Let's be clear. I'm not against thoughtful development proposed to meet specific needs in our community, but things are out of hand. Our city commission acts as a glorified zoning board trying to fit square pegs into round holes. We shouldn't be distracted by the latest for-profit development scheme. We should be assessing holistically what we need and want in our city, and then working with partners who want to help make that happen. And now, more than ever, with the Clevelander proposal as an alarming example, we need elected officials who will fight to protect our community rather than cozy up with developers. Miami Beach is a fragile barrier island that cannot sustain unlimited development. Our infrastructure is already at the breaking point. And yet, our commission seems more interested in raising our skyline than in fixing our sewer lines. That ends with me. Miami Beach is a 7-mile stretch of sand in the Atlantic Ocean with 82,000 residents and a $900 million budget. Do you feel like we're getting our money's worth? I'll work like hell to make sure you do. Learn more at tanyaformiamibeach.com and vote for me, number 245 on your ballot. Together, we can build a better Miami Beach for all of us.
Los dos candidatos para comisionado Grupo 5 son Mitch Novick y David Suarez. Le presentamos el candidato Mitch Novick.
Hello, my name is Mitch Novick. Some of you may recognize me as a regular on local news, speaking up about street crime in the entertainment district. Others know me as a lifelong activist, fighting for Miami Beach, its buildings, its artwork, culture, and its people. I've lived at the historic Sherbrooke Hotel for more than 3 decades, housing a wide array of people from Holocaust survivors and World War II veterans in the early 1990s to newcomers. I've served a total of 33 years under several different mayors on various land use boards, blue ribbon panels, and committees, primarily focused on historic preservation and resilience. I regularly speak at public meetings on many issues that are important to both you and me, such as crime, the environment, preservation, recurring utility billing rate increases, endless taxation, and waste. Here's what I've learned. You cannot change the system from the outside. You can only change it from within. That's why I'm running to represent you. Whether you're in South Beach, Mid Beach, or North Beach, our problems are all interconnected. Overdevelopment is a never-ending burden upon residents, whether it's a questionable land swap deal or a street giveaway to allow for yet another towering monstrosity on Alton Road or on 72nd Street or anywhere else, or the state of Florida encroaching on our home rule with preemptions for inappropriate 30-story towers along Ocean Drive. I will fight them, this time from City Hall with all the legal and administrative tools government permits. Our focus should be on truly affordable, full-time residential housing, which is the only kind that contributes to resilient and stable communities and enhances both public safety and quality of life without exacerbating pre-existing traffic and infrastructure. Sea level rise affects us all and is here to stay. Our city is asleep at the wheel. We have an antiquated infrastructure and had generations of ineffective administrations. Just consider the contaminated sewage and water quality issues surrounding Parkview Island. It's disgraceful. Street crime is pervasive. We need to stop the anything goes party along Ocean Drive and adequately address the exploitation of our public realm by some businesses who continue to fuel the carnival-like circus on our streets. It all needs to be brought inside. But all of this comes down to just one: government. Nobody trusts the administration. Non-elected individuals are making decisions for the rest of us, and we don't have a say. Years ago, I instigated an FBI investigation which culminated in the arrest and conviction of 3 high-ranking city employees. While I can't say the situation is as bad now, we definitely need more transparency and accountability at City Hall. If you want a no-nonsense, long-term resident and business owner who's principled and unafraid to say no to developers, special interests, and even my friends, vote for me, Mitch Novick. It would be my honor to serve you as Commissioner in Group 5. For extensive information on my experience, qualifications, accomplishments, and platform, please visit mitchnovick.com. Thank you.
Los dos candidatos para comisionado Grupo 6 son Joe Magazine y Marcela Novella. Le presentamos el primer candidato, Joe Magazine.
Hello, I am Joseph Magazine, and I am running to serve as your next City Commissioner in Group 6 with integrity, service, and love for my community, because I want my daughter and all residents to enjoy the safety, prosperity, and freedoms we all deserve. Miami Beach is where 3 generations of my family, my 6-year-old daughter Capri, and my parents, Donna and Joe Sr., proudly call home. Serving as an active volunteer in our community has given me the drive and passion to run for City Commission because I believe our residents deserve someone fighting for them and only them in City Hall. As a member of the city's planning board, I've seen firsthand why stopping irresponsible development and preserving our neighborhood charm is vital. From improving policing and public safety to reducing short-term rentals and hotel usages in our residential neighborhoods, improving infrastructure, and tackling climate resiliency issues, Miami Beach residents and families can count on me to be your voice in City Hall. My nearly 20-year professional career in finance, dealing with local cities and municipalities, clean energy and infrastructure projects across the country, give me the unique experience to hit the ground running and achieve the results Miami Beach residents deserve. It's why so many community groups, such as our police and lifeguards, have endorsed my campaign. They know I am ready to get the job done for our residents on day one. We've heard enough talk over the years, and the time to act boldly on solutions that strengthen our quality of life and protect resident voices is now. Family, community, and equality are my core values. I am committed to solving problems and making our home an even better, safer, and more resilient place to live. I am Joseph Magazine, and I would be honored to count on your support and vote this November to represent you as your City Commissioner.
Le presentamos la próxima candidata, Marcela Novella.
Hello, my name is Marcela Novella, a longtime Miami Beach resident and your candidate for Miami Beach City Commission. Hola, mi nombre es Marcela Novella. He vivido desde hace mucho tiempo en Miami Beach y soy su candidata para ser comisionada de Miami Beach. I grew up in Miami, and I moved to Miami Beach 22 years ago because I knew there is no place in the world I would rather be. This is where I chose to start a family and raise my 2 daughters. Miami Beach is one of the most dynamic cities in the world, an oasis of diversity and inclusion that serves as a cultural epicenter of South Florida. We must preserve this and protect our unique way of life. I'm the only Latina on the ballot, and I want to make it clear that I have no further political ambitions but to serve you. Miami Beach is my home, and my sole focus is to elevate our city and bring it back to its splendor. This is why I'm running for commissioner. Together, we need to elevate our quality of life. Allow me to share with you my residents' first agenda. The first priority of any public official needs to be the safety and security of our residents. This means we must address one of its root causes, dilapidated buildings which are housing criminals in our backyard. Our plan is to shut down these havens for illegal activity, ensuring a safer environment for everyone. We also need more of our amazing police officers on patrol with data-driven deployment, ensuring transparency with crime stats, updated and available in residents in real time. We need to deal with public blight and work with the county to address the homelessness crisis. Lastly, we need to clean up our streets. We live in the most beautiful city in the world. We deserve to look like it. Cleanliness and safety go hand in hand. Traffic. For Miami Beach residents, traffic and congestion directly impact our quality of life. Once and for all, we need to sync the traffic lights and create a system that accounts for traffic patterns. We need to invest in and enhance ride-sharing programs like Freebie and trolleys that reduce the number of cars on the street. Most importantly, we need to stop runaway overdevelopment in Miami Beach. Tallahassee politicians have tried to take away our right to stop overdevelopment in our city. We saw the results of this bad policy in the bait-and-switch attempt by the Clevelander Hotel just last week. This is precisely the type of overdevelopment and disregard for historic preservation that I have fought for and will continue to champion as your commissioner. The stresses of overdevelopment are felt across our city, from our safety to our infrastructure and the ability to deal with flooding. Furthermore, it impacts our fragile environment, baywaters, and inlets, which desperately need to be protected, cleaned, and maintained. I believe in public service. I have been proud to serve our city for over a decade. I'm the chair of Art and Public Places Board and the Mayor's 41st Street Blue Ribbon Committee. My background in art doesn't stop there. I have served on museum boards and chaired several arts committees for over 20 years. Our residents voted to support Yes to Arts, an arts and cultural GO bond program which will allocate over $150 million for 15 local arts and cultural organizations to enhance our public programming, creating an incredible opportunity to reaffirm Miami Beach as the arts and cultural destination of the world. These are issues that I have been working on for years and have the expertise needed to lead the effort for our city. As I knock on doors and meet with you, our residents, I hear your concerns and frustrations, but I also hear your optimism for our city's future. We share the desire for a cleaner, safer place to live. Miami Beach and our residents are amazing. We can be the greatest place in the world to live, work, and play. I'm Marcela Novella, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 7th. To learn more or get involved, please visit marcelanovella.com. Together, we will elevate Miami Beach. Juntos, elevaremos Miami Beach. Thank you. Muchísimas gracias.
Ahora vamos a repasar la mejor manera de votar que le conviene y todas las fechas importantes que debe saber. Escoja la manera de votar que a usted más le convenga. A algunos votantes les gusta revisar la boleta en su tiempo libre en la comodidad de su casa y votar por correo. Otros prefieren dirigirse a un lugar de votación anticipada en un día que les resulte conveniente y emitir su voto antes del día de las elecciones. También hay votantes que disfrutan de la tradición de ir a su recinto el día de las elecciones para votar. Cualquier votante inscrito en el condado de Miami-Dade puede solicitar el voto por correo entrando a la página web www.iamelectionready.org y seleccionando Vote by Mail o llamando al 305-499-VOTE 8683 o al 305-499-8480. La fecha límite para solicitar una boleta de voto por correo para las elecciones generales del martes 7 de noviembre del 2023 es a las 5 p.m. del jueves 26 de octubre del 2023. La fecha límite que el Departamento de Elecciones del Condado de Miami-Dade reciba su voto por correo es a las 7 p.m. del día de las elecciones, el martes 7 de noviembre del 2023. La fecha límite para solicitar una boleta de voto por correo para las elecciones de segunda vuelta del martes 21 de noviembre del 2023, si son necesarias, es a las 5 p.m. del jueves 9 de noviembre del 2023. La fecha límite para que el Departamento de Elecciones del Condado de Miami-Dade reciba su voto por correo es a las 7 p.m. el día de las elecciones, el martes 21 de noviembre del 2023. Las boletas de voto por correo pueden devolverse de la siguiente manera. Por correo. Su voto por correo puede ser devuelto para entrega a través del Servicio Postal de los Estados Unidos. La boleta debe ser recibida por el Departamento de Elecciones del Condado de Miami-Dade antes de las 7 p.m. del día de las elecciones. En un buzón seguro de boletas ubicado en un sitio de votación anticipada. Ni siquiera tiene que entrar. Las boletas de voto por correo pueden ser depositadas en un buzón seguro de boletas ubicada afuera de cualquiera de los dos centros de votación anticipada de Miami Beach, Ayuntamiento de Miami Beach, Sala de Conferencias en la planta baja, 1700 Convention Center Drive y North Shore Branch Library, 7501 Collins Avenue. Solo busca la pancarta de Official Ballot Dropbox. Los buzones seguros de boletas son accesibles sin salir de su vehículo. Por favor, traiga su identificación. Para obtener una lista de las fechas y horarios de los buzones seguros de boletas, visite www.votemiamibeach.com o llame a la oficina del secretario municipal al 305-673-7411 o al 711. En el Departamento de Elecciones. También puede devolver su voto por correo en el Departamento de Elecciones del Condado de Miami-Dade, oficina principal, en el 2700 Northwest 87 Avenida, Miami, Florida 33172. El día de las elecciones. Si un votante espera hasta el día de las elecciones para entregar su voto por correo, puede entregarla al Departamento de Elecciones del Condado de Miami-Dade, oficina principal, en el 2700 Northwest 87 Avenida, Miami, Florida 33172. O el votante puede optar por votar en persona en su recinto una vez que la Junta Electoral confirme que la boleta de voto por correo del votante no ha sido recibida. Después de enviar su voto por correo, puede hacer un seguimiento de su boleta para ver cuándo es aceptada. Para hacerlo, visite www.iamelectionready.org y seleccione Vote by Mail. Vote anticipado. El voto anticipado le permite emitir su voto antes del día de las elecciones. Si está inscrito como votante, puede votar en cualquiera de los dos centros de votación anticipada en Miami Beach, situados en el Ayuntamiento de Miami Beach, Sala de Conferencias en la planta baja, 1700 Convention Center Drive y en North Shore Branch Library, 7501 Collins Avenue. La votación anticipada para las elecciones generales es a partir del lunes 23 de octubre del 2023 hasta el domingo 5 de noviembre del 2023. Para conocer los horarios de votación anticipada, visite www.votemiamibeach.com o comuníquese con la oficina del secretario municipal de Miami Beach llamando al 305-673-7411 o al 711. La votación anticipada para las elecciones de segunda vuelta, si son necesarias, serán desde el viernes 17 de noviembre del 2023 hasta el domingo 19 de noviembre del 2023 de 8 a.m. a 4 p.m. Votar el día de las elecciones. Incluso con otras opciones disponibles, muchos prefieren la tradición de votar el día de las elecciones. Si decide votar el día de las elecciones generales, el martes 7 de noviembre del 2023 y si es necesario, el día de las elecciones de segunda vuelta, el martes 21 de noviembre del 2023, debe ir a su recinto asignado que se determina por su domicilio. Los recintos están abiertos de 7 a.m. a 7 p.m. el día de las elecciones. Para encontrar su recinto, llame al Departamento de Elecciones del Condado de Miami-Dade al 305-499-VOTE 8683 o al 305-499-8480 o visite su sitio web en www.iamelectionready.org y seleccione Vote on Election Day. Votantes con necesidades especiales. Todos los centros de votación del Condado de Miami-Dade cumplen las normas de la Ley de Estadounidenses con Discapacidades Americans with Disabilities Act. Cada uno de ellos está equipado con un sistema de votación en papel que utiliza una pantalla táctil y o tecnología de audio que podría asistir a los votantes que tienen problemas de vista, problemas de lectura o discapacidades. Ahora, recapitulemos otras fechas importantes. Usted debe estar registrado para votar en o antes del martes 10 de octubre del 2023 para votar en las próximas elecciones generales. Debe estar inscrito para votar en o antes del lunes 23 de octubre del 2023 para votar en las elecciones de segunda vuelta si son necesarias. Para las elecciones generales, las boletas de voto por correo pueden solicitarse hasta las 5 p.m. del jueves 26 de octubre del 2023 y deben recibirse en el Departamento de Elecciones del Condado de Miami-Dade antes de las 7 p.m. del día de las elecciones generales el martes 7 de noviembre del 2023. Para las elecciones de segunda vuelta, si son necesarias, las boletas de voto por correo pueden solicitarse hasta las 5 p.m. del jueves 9 de noviembre del 2023 y debe recibirse antes de las 7 p.m. del día de las elecciones de segunda vuelta el martes 21 de noviembre del 2023. Si obtiene una boleta de voto por correo y luego decide votar en un lugar de votación anticipada o en su recinto electoral designado el día de las elecciones, se recomienda que lleve su boleta de voto por correo y la presente al secretario electoral. Como recordatorio, el día de las elecciones generales es el martes 7 de noviembre del 2023. Las urnas abren a las 7 a.m. y cierran a las 7 p.m. El día de las elecciones de segunda vuelta, si son necesarias, es el martes 21 de noviembre del 2023. Las urnas abren a las 7 a.m. y cierran a las 7 p.m. Durante la votación anticipada, los votantes de Miami Beach pueden votar en cualquiera de los dos sitios de votación anticipada de Miami Beach, ubicados en el Ayuntamiento de Miami Beach, sala de conferencias en la planta baja, 1700 Convention Center Drive y en North Shore Branch Library, 7501 Collins Avenue. La votación anticipada para las elecciones generales es el lunes 23 de octubre del 2023 al domingo 5 de noviembre del 2023. Para conocer los horarios de votación anticipada, visite www.votemiamibeach.com o póngase en contacto con la oficina del secretario municipal de Miami Beach llamando al 305-673-7411 o al 711. La votación anticipada para las elecciones de segunda vuelta, si son necesarias, se realizará a partir del viernes 17 de noviembre del 2023 hasta el domingo 19 de noviembre del 2023 de 8 a.m. a 4 p.m. El día de las elecciones generales el martes 7 de noviembre del 2023 y si es necesario el día de las elecciones de segunda vuelta el martes 21 de noviembre del 2023. Debe ir a su lugar de votación asignado que está determinado por su domicilio. Los recintos estarán abiertos de 7 a.m. a 7 p.m. el día de las elecciones. Usted ha estado viendo nuestro programa de información electoral. Para obtener más información sobre las elecciones, visite www.votemiamibeach.com o pónganse en contacto con la oficina del secretario municipal al 305-673-7411. Gracias de nuevo por ver este programa. Ahora ejerce su voto, Miami Beach.